Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of our Let's Play of EU4, The Art of Sweden. We are now trying to see exactly how quickly we can just eat France, even if it's a crazy thing. Actually, it's less about eating France, more about breaking France. We are going to be doing things that are probably not smart. We may end up collapsing our entire country as a result of the craziness that we're doing, but we'll try to do whatever we can try to do. Right. Now, we can't fabricate claims while we're at war, right? Yeah. It's too bad. You can start fabricating a claim before you go into war, and it will continue after that. But that's the most you can do. And take this artillery here. I'm actually going to split it in two. I'm going to send one over there, and another set of cannons to, I don't know, Barry. And then my remaining infantry and such will go to the land of no attrition, which is over there. Now, you do regain your manpower a little bit less quickly if your stability is negative. If I recall correctly, maybe not. No, I don't see it there. We do have bonus national unrest because we have negative stability. So that's, you know, something we got to consider. All right, few sieges. We've got Ile-de-France. So you back up, and then the extra artillery go down to here, and then Bourbon is the other one. So you go over here, except for the extra cannons. You can go and help out, I don't know, over there. Boom. I will send everyone here. And these cannons, you can go and help out there as well. All right, what are we at? 34% with France. We do have the ticking war score, which is useful because France has a few overseas holdings. Internal conflicts with Emirati, which is good because actually I think those are some of the people that have been coalitioned me in the past. The more we can weaken everyone else, the better. All right, good. Yes, Siege of Luxembourg, Siege of Loire as well is good. We're going to send everyone there except for the one artillery, which will go and try to accelerate some of these other sieges. Watto's over here, so same thing. Pulling everyone back, try to get things to recharge, and send the extra cannons over there to speed that along. The quicker the sieges end, the less manpower overall we lose. We are dipping quite low. I mean, we get a lot of reinforcements every month. We get like almost 6K? 6K new people every month. Not reinforcements, but like recharging of the manpower. And that is worth a lot. But our ability to continue to invest in our barracks and so on and so forth is a little bit impeded by how much we're having to sort of spend just to keep the country together and do all these wars, for example. Both in terms of money and power points, especially if I keep doing some force march, which is a way to burn off some military power. Gonna have to worry about our tech overall as well. Lots of little things. Barry, why don't you move down to Duck over there. Finister is done, so you come over here. All those siege rolls are all about finish. France now at 43%. Probably right now they'd be willing to give up about 60% war score. But obviously we're going to want a lot more than that. We want to keep hitting France for full 100% war score over and over and over. Truce break, do it again. Truce break, do it again. And somehow not lose to a follow-up coalition war. Now, France won't be in the coalition war, but Spain, Austria, all those guys will. One thing I could do is I could individually declare war on Austria as soon as our truce ends. Our truce ends in March of 1720. I could declare an individual war against someone who would coalition me, and that'll reset the truce timer. But of course, that slows down our efforts with France. So we're going to have to keep all that in mind as we continue to go forward. You guys... And we'll pull back with some troops. And then send you down to there. Good. Lost the Siege of Leinster. Okay. Languedoc is done. Move you over here. Languedoc, not to be confused with Long Pork. Very different thing. Head on over there. Alright. Almost all of the main French lands are in our possession now. Get the ticking war score. We've got their capital. We've won some battles, but because of all the because they're overseas colonies, our percentage war score is actually not as high as we might like, which kind of sucks. I really don't want to wait for 5 years to have things really tick over to 100% if I can help it. Send you guys to there. I'm trying to spread out which provinces I go to, and I don't know, go there. Okay. You are done there. Why don't you go down to Provence? Oh, we've had some troops sitting around in Wallace for a while. Why don't you go to Vaux? Haiti refuses access to the province, which is probably a costly embargo, because I'm betting they can't actually rival me. Alright, good. We'll go and help out in Provence, just make sure to finish that off. And yeah, I really don't want to wait anymore, but what we may have to do is... and move all my forces over here. Except the ones that are sieging down here. But I do want my transports. We may have to go and actually land some transports on some French holdings somewhere far away. And what we might actually want to do is force them to siege some of that. So, for example, if I went and sieged out right here, Zoshsa, I don't know. I might want to keep this because it gives me a port, which then allows me to reach over here. In fact, I believe that's probably exactly what I'm going to want to do. So we will move an invasion force over there. We're obviously going to need some cannons. Like some infantry is fine to make sure we win whatever battle is important, but we are going to need some cannons over there to actually finish it off. And of course, most of my cannons. Hey, now tell you what, do you have any transports? Handful there and there. You guys come here. We're actually going to dock in an armor. And you guys head that way. You guys to move back into something like Brunswick. Minimize attrition potential. Okay, won the Siege of Provence. So all these ships, 28 transports, you can pick up these dudes. We're going to go to Friesland. We're going to group up with these guys. So you have, what was this group? 15 cannons, which is exactly the magic number for most of the citadels we're likely to face. Good, good. You get out of enemy territory. Here, you can go just there. That's fine. You guys are already on your way out, which is nice. In Provence, you can go to there. Most of the sieges are, in fact, done. So, yeah, we're going to send... We're going to hopefully... They probably don't have much of a force level. You guys are the big cannon stack. Extra troops there. That's more light ships than I need. You know what? We're going to break off these light ships. You guys can protect trade in, I don't know, the English Channel. And then this army here will mount on my transports. And... hang on, I got to make sure this has a leader. Ideally someone with siege. Oh, come on. All my leaders are in foreign territory? You've got 0 siege. You've got siege of 3. So no leader on this group. There we go. Weird that I couldn't do the trade. So siege of 3. I guess I can always... no, I couldn't have assigned a lead. Ah, shit. Shit. Break off the light ships. Again. Go to the English Channel. The rest of you guys... pick up that load. Good. And you're going to go way down here. Wow, that is really quite far beyond the reach of my supply ships. Hopefully we can make it there on time. I might be able to negotiate some sort of docking rights at one of these places. No, everyone hates me. I get fleet basing right anywhere. Oh well. Alright, just make your way down there and as quick as you can. We'll let the war score tick up a bit. And just hold on to a bunch of French stuff. Prestige, I don't need prestige. Let's get some influence. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the influence, but it's there. All you guys, yeah, make sure you're leaving French territory. We haven't finished Vaux yet, but it's going to happen. We don't need to rush it. Because we're mostly going to have to wait for these ships. I think what I can do at this point is just fast forward. Bit risky. On the Siege of Haina. Oh, apparently we still had some sieges going on over here. Why don't you go there, and you go there. All done. We just have Vaux. Just tick along. And then, yeah, I'm hoping there's not much of a garrison where we're going. Ships are still in fine repair, not that much attrition, we're okay. Colonial expansion. I don't think we want you to restrict it. That would just piss off Vinland a lot, and I don't mind about upsetting the natives too much. Fortress somewhere. We won the Siege of Vaux. Alright, 720 days. Sick. All right, you pull back into Hanover. Now we've completely left the French territory. If we take a look at our force limit, our force limit, we're not quite there, but mostly we have to let a bunch of reinforcements. No, fully reinforced, only 2,000 men. So we're basically there. So I really could go. And I like that template. That template's going to be fine. I don't know if it's spread out the job enough. Because I'm assuming we're still light on our infantry. Maybe not, though. Yeah, we can afford a little bit more. Tell you what, I will actually start a new template. Yes, you don't have to confirm every time. Arg. Just because I don't know that 31 exactly how it might have been organized. We'll go something like that. So, and then build in all the provinces. Save that, so that's 32 more people, which will not put us over the force limit because it'll bring us to 288. And that's without a bonus force limit guy. Now, so it's 440, which is fine. Obviously, it's going to eat some of our manpower. But it's to make active troops, so I'm okay with that. Going to keep our army size very high, which might discourage people from attacking me, which is really important, because I got to deal with France. So now we're getting more ticking war score. I wish I'd sort of sent out someone here sooner. Obviously not right at the beginning of the war. We needed to make sure we had maximum number of troops, but otherwise, there we go. And then I'll probably have to retreat with these ships right away, because otherwise they're going to sink. Because they are still very slowly attritioning. Not terribly bad. Oh. Patriots over here. I think I'm actually going to have to go and stomp those guys down. Ooh, that is a derpy composition. This one is a very sensible one. Who is this one? Hendrik. So you become Henrik. Go and beat up those rebels in Anjou. It's a relatively balanced army. Could use some more cavalry, actually. Because they might de-siege it a little too fast. So we don't want that. Okay, way down here. Alright, we won that battle. And yeah, these ships will... Ooh, it's actually gone faster. Oh, because of time at sea. I'm not sure these ships will be able to get home in time. We are going to certainly try, though. Try to make your way to Cadiz as quickly as possible. Can I force march them? No. So, what kind of defenses are we looking at here? We've got a level 1 fort. Oh, and we're already ticking away. Now, part of that, I think, is still with the blockade. But we have so many cannons here. And the level 3 leader siege. We don't need to rush that. We can invest in new technology. No, we need the diplomacy here. Oh, they actually left the province they were in. So we can hang... I forgot that this is my territory. I don't have to go this far back. That sucks, because we are damaged. We have a lot of heavies, but no leader. And our ships were already a bit damaged. I think we'll ultimately be okay. But it makes me a bit unhappy. Now, hold on. Once we finish the siege, which will happen faster if we're blockading it, we can dock here. It doesn't extend my supply range over here, but right here I wouldn't get any attrition, and I would be able to dock and repair. So let's actually do that. I should have just stayed here. We just wrecked the walls right now. I would have gone ahead and rushed. You know what? Let's assault anyway. Good. Dock our ships. Get them repaired. And let's see what we can negotiate with France. We're at a 69% war score. Soup for peace. So, what kind of nations can we release? You can cancel vassals, which may have some value. But no, what we have to do is shrink France. We're trying to eliminate France as quickly as possible. We can make you give up Burgundy. That is 4 provinces I'm not going to have to take anything for. And Guyenne down here is 3. The only issue with here is it will make it harder for me to walk down here. Does Labourd have any foreign cores at all? No. We're at 86, and France is not willing to do this, but let's figure out... Orissa? Belongs to France? Might do something like that. Ah, it's 15. It's too bad there's no 14. Would fit in perfectly. I guess I could do... an Orissa. There would be 100%. It would cost me 225 Diplo power, which I can do. It would overextend me exactly 0, which means I would be in a great position to instantly redeclare war. It weakens France, reduces the amount of manpower they'll have kicking around. I will need ships. Actually, I can probably get open borders access from Guyenne over here, because I'll have released them. They'll be super, super, super happy with me. Then I'll be able to walk through and kick some ass. That's probably the best. However, we cannot do it yet because we do not have the 100% war score. Now, what we could do to help influence that is actually... what do you have over here? Did I really do that? I guess I did. Light ships. Your job. English Channel. Meanwhile, rest of this army, get yourself over here. We've got a few people. We're going to go ahead and try to clear out this army and see what we can do. Can I separate piece out anyone? Out of curiosity, I mean, I'm not in position now. Haiti, Sunda, both of them could be separate pieced out. I could break those alliances. Doesn't really matter too terribly much. You guys, get on a boat. Boats, we got 12 of you. We are going to go ahead and occupied there. We'll drop you off in Ayrshire, and then you can just walk across. I mean, I can just unload you from the ship, but I think this will actually be faster. Docking is so fast. So we'll have to defeat this army and remove the siege. We can invest in new idea. No, I'll need my Diplo points. Get faster fabrication is nice and all, but I really need them. Transports, you guys are going to head back over here. You guys are going to move into Ulster. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to assign you. I think that was the leader that was down here. No, it's not. Right, because this is the one with the siege bonus. How repaired are my ships? Not bad. Where's the closest French holding now? This counts as France. So you know what? Let's go ahead and take that. Same thing as before. Oh, right. I want to make sure to actually seed one of those. So rather than release Orissa, how much would it cost for you to give me this? Not very much. Excellent. 3% war score. Yeah, and there's... Oh, I probably can't core that, can I? Hang on. It's colonial map mode. No, I can core it. Nice. Okay. That's good. That's all I need then. And then I can, I don't know, ask for more money or something. But they're not yet willing to take it. Right? No. Peace offer, demand exceeds. But we've got the ticking war score, so we're going to be alright. Okay, I don't have a leader here, but we have massive numbers advantage. And you're going to come back here after you're done. Doo-doo. Yay! Could probably bring down our maintenance. We are making huge amounts of money. We're 2 years away from the truce with, like, Austria and such expiring. So, again, we might get a war there. And I don't want to be fighting that while I'm fighting France. Although France will not be an issue in any way whatsoever. Everyone else is going to be relatively fresh. So I'm having an advantage here because France has no manpower. I've got good vision into their territory, and I can basically dictate the terms of the engagement. Alright, Crocus doesn't bother me at all. I'm going to split, go. I split this and go so we can get a full blockade. Try to siege this stuff out as quickly as possible. Actually, hold on. Move everyone, and I'll just actually attack. Just to try to get an extra couple of points. It's less about the war score earned from holding this territory. Got 1,000 dudes. Let me let my morale pick up at least. It happened at the end of the month. We might not assault. We're actually going through really fast because we've got they've got the 15 cannons, which is we only need 5 artillery. So, all right, let's split that. I guess I'll lose my siege level 3 guy, but that's fine. We don't need to assault. Black news. Our king died. We have no more admin points. Our next guy, Olaf, is not great. That's a total of 9 points. It's not ideal, but it's manageable. I think I'm going to leave myself at the -2. How does that look for the Catalonian nationalists? Those are not my. That's not my territory. It's not even something I'm going to hold. Royal marriage with Lithuania? We don't mind if I do, buddy. We've been friends a good long time. Keep that up. Actually, that might mean I have to renew some royal marriages with some of my vassals. Trier over here, for example. No, you're bishopric. However, if I max out my improved relations and then throw a loan your way, I can actually soak in Trier. Canada entered a military alliance with Haiti. Goddamn Canada. Why you gotta be like that? There we go. Won both of those sieges. Go ahead and dock these ships, get everyone together. France. Nope, not yet. We'll get there soon, though. Gotta lose a little length of war and get us a little bit closer to... Because here's the thing, by getting more war score, not only are we getting more of a war score modifier, it also removes some of the demands exceeds war score penalty, which I think grows exponentially. So every little bit that we get brings us a tiny bit closer. So France has got a couple more holdings here in Africa. We'll do that a little bit more. We're not getting much war score from this, but it's so easy to do. Maybe we'll let some of the repairs go through, though, temporarily. It does suck that we're getting attritioned over here. On the other hand, our manpower in general is recharging a wee bit. Oh. You, get on the boat. You, land in Ayrshire. Ayrshire's lovely this time of year. Actually, Ayrshire is lovely all the time. Where Robert Burns is from. It's one of my favorite places in Scotland. Actually, probably my favorite place in Scotland, period. It is really, really, really nice. Although I'm a big fan of Edinburgh as well. Alright, guys, we're going to put a cut in here as we lose... You know what? I should go and stomp these guys. I actually shouldn't have let them take that siege at all. You guys go and reinforce in that battle if it needed. Annex subjects went away completely. That's very good news. Pick up a couple more people. Actually, I don't think we need to pick up any more. We'll win that battle. What do we got? Looming disaster! Not a surprise. Our stability is less than 1. That is true. Now, none of these are actually ticking forward. 0%. Internal conflicts is actually increasing. Because we do have some unrest. How's my war exhaustion? Let's go ahead and burn that down right away. On the Battle of Connaught. Where are you running off to? Leinster, so we'll be able to catch you there. You, just split in half and start unsieging this, just to say, because it might give us a bit of an edge. All right, and put a cut in there. So thank you very much for watching, folks. When we return... peace out with France. Redeclare war with France. See you next time. Bye-bye.